The only argument of the stupid is the argument of violence. This was written by a Muslim cleric and not from me. We're now going to section 5, which begins with 60, sign 69. So, section 5 of chapter 26 of the Holy Quran. Let's go. وَإِتْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ نَبَأِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ, and rehearse to them Abraham's story. Before that, we have brackets, and it is, and rehearse to them something of, and that is in brackets, Abraham's story. 3175 is the note. For the argument of this surah, the incidents in Abraham's life are not relevant and are not mentioned. Full stop. But is mentioned. No, what is mentioned is 1. The steps by which he taught about the sin of false worship in the form of dialogue. Then 2. The aims of a righteous man, not only in his individual life, but for the ancestors and a posterity, comma, in the form of prayer, semicolon. And 3, a picture of the future judgment in the form of vision, full stop. 1 is covered by verses 1 is covered by verses 70 to 82, then 2, and then 2.2 by 83 to 87, and point 3 by 88 to 105. Let me figure out if I did the previous note, 3174. Nothing that powers of evil can do will ever defeat the merciful purpose of God. Evil is resisting good, will effect its own destruction. I think I did it. All right, so let's go to the next sign, which is sign 60. Sign 60 is Kala li abihi wa kaumihi ma ta'buduna. A question. Behold, he said, Abraham said, to his father and his people, abihi wa kaumihi, what worship ye? What worship ye? What do you worship? What are you worshiping? In present day English, in old English is what worship ye? Sign, no sign to it. Let's go to the next, no note to it. Let's go to the next sign, which is 71. Kalu nabudu asnaba. Sorry, Kalu nabudu asnaman. Kalu nabudu asnaman. فنزل لهم kifina. They said, we worship fools. Pardon me. Pardon me, viewers. They said, we worship idols. They said, we worship idols, and we remain constantly in attendance on them. Kalu nabdu asna man fanazallu lahum akifina. And we remain constantly in attendance on them. Kala, that's Abraham said. He said, Kala, hal yasma'unakum istad'una, hal yasma'unakum istad'una. Abraham is asking them a question. He said, do they listen to you when you call, into brackets, on them? Did they listen to you? Do the idols listen to you when you call on them? Aw yanfa'unakum aw yaduruna. Or do you good or harm? or do you good or harm? أو ينفعونكم, do you good, أو يضرون or harm? Uh, I think I missed a sign. Sign 70, sign note. I missed a note. Note to sign 71. And it's 3176. 3176. And it's against, we worship them constantly. They worship their idols constantly. 3176. They want to show their true and assiduous devotion, full stop. But Abraham goes at once to the heart of the matter by asking, to whom is your devotion? Is the object worthy of it? So that is it. We now proceed with the next sign, which is sign 74. Kalu bal wajadna aba'ana kazalika yaf'aluna. They said, nay, but we found our fathers doing thus, into brackets, what we do. So they found their fathers doing that. In other words, they found Abraham's grandfathers doing that. Mm. No note to that. Let's go to the next sign, which is 75. Kala afara au kala afara aitum ma kuntum ta'buduna afara aitum ma kuntum ta'buduna. He said, Abraham said, do ye then see whom ye have been worshipping? Do you then see whom ye have been worshipping? No, it's not a question. It's not. Yeah, it is, but it's extended to the next sign. So let's read it together. Let me read them together. There's two signs. Wakala afara'aytum ma kuntum ta'buduna antum wa aba'akum al-akdamuna. So two signs put together. He said, do ye then see whom ye have been worshipping? Then 70 says, ye and your fathers before you, antum wa aba'ahum al-akdamuna, you and your fathers before you. We now go to the next sign, 77, with a note. فإنهم أدعون لي فإنهم أدعون لي إلا رب العالمين فإنهم أدعون لي إلا رب العالمين. This Abraham talking now. For they are enemies to me, not so the Lord and cherisher of the worlds. Rabbil Alamin means Lord and cherisher of the worlds. Allazi halakani fahuwa yahdini. Who created me, and it is he who guides me, yahdini. Note 77, note 3177 to sign 77. 3177. The things that you worship are enemies to mankind. Colon. Let me testify from my own personal experience. They are enemies to me. Colon. They can do me no good, but would lead me astray. Full stop. Contrast with their impotence or their power of mischief. The one true God, whom I worship. Colon. He created me and all the worlds. Colon. He cherishes me and guides me. Semicolon. He takes care of me, and when I die, he will give me new life. Semicolon. He will forgive me and grant me final salvation. Full stop. Will you then come to this true worship question? How can you doubt? How can you doubt after seeing the contrast of the one with the other? That's of Almighty God with their idols. Question mark. Is it not as the contrast between light and darkness? And that's note 3177 to 76. Let's continue. Uh, who created me? And it is he who guides me. Yes, we did. Then we go to 79. Allazi huwa yet imuni wa yaskini. Who gives me food and drink? Abraham's still talking to his parents. It is God who feeds Abraham and guides him, Abraham. Allazi huwa yut imini. Allazi huwa yut imuni wa yaskini. Next sign. And that's 80. What is a maritu? فهو يشفيني. What is a maritu? فهو يشفيني. When I'm sick, he's the one that cures me. And when I am ill, it is he who cures me. Then 81. But allazi yamituni tumma yuhyini. Allazi yamituni tumma yuhyini. Who will cause me to die and then to live again, in brackets? Again is in brackets. Who will cause me to die and then to live again? That's sign 81. Let's go to the next sign, which is 82. Wallazi at'amu an yakfirli hata ati. Wallazi at'amu an yakfirli hatiyati يوم الدين وهتياتي يوم الدين. And who I hope at Amu, and whom I hope will forgive me my faults on the day of judgment, Yoma Din. Next sign is 83. Rabbi, Habli Hukman. Well, Hikni Biswalihin. Rabbi, Habli Hukman. Well, Hikni Biswalihina. Oh, my Lord. Rabbi is now praying. Oh, my Lord, bestow wisdom on me. Hikni. Hikni. Bestow on me wisdom. Bestow wisdom on me and join me with the righteous. Wa al hikni biswalihina. And join me with the righteous. With a sign there, 3178. Having shown clearly the distinction between the false and the true, Abraham now shows in the form of a prayer what his innocent wishes are. Sorry, what his inmost, not innocent. What his inmost wishes are. 1, he wants his own soul enlightened with divine wisdom. And 2, his heart and life filled with righteousness. And 3, he will not contend with working for himself or his own generation. His view extends to all future generations. Then 4, and of course, he wishes to attain the goal of the righteous, the garden of the bliss of the divine countenance. Semicolon. But he is not content with this. But he is not content with this. Semicolon. For 5, 4.5, he wants his father and relatives to share in his spiritual joy, so that he can proudly see all whom he can reach in an honorable station, then into brackets, in an honorable station, contrasted with disgrace, brackets close, on the day of judgment. Full stop. And that's note 3178 to sign 83. Let's go to sign 84. وَإِجْعَلْ لِي لِسَانَ صِدْقٍ فِي الْآخِرِينَ. Grant me honorable mention on the tongue of truth. Grant me honorable mention on the tongue of truth. Among the latest, into brackets, generations. Among the latest generations. وَإِجْعَلْنِي لِسَانَ صِدْقٍ فِي الْآخِرِينَ. Fil الْآخِرِينَ is among the latest generations. Next sign is 85. No, there is a note to it. 84, there's a note to 84. 3179. 3179. Compare chapter 19, sign 50. The whole of the passage about Abraham there may be compared with this passage. There's no need going there, viewers. You all know that. We all know that it's going to be the same thing. Mention of Abraham and righteousness. So let's go to the next sign, which is 85. وَإِجْعَلْنِي مِنْ وَرَثَةِ الْجَنَّةِ النَّعِيمِ. Jannat and garden of bliss. Make me one of the inheritors of the garden of bliss. 86. 86. وَإِغْفِرْ لِأَبِي يَا وَإِغْفِرْ لِأَبِي إِنَّهُ كَانَ مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ. Forgive my father, for that he is among those astray. ولا تزيني يوم يأتون ولا تبيني يوم يبعثون. When you wake me up, يوم يبعثون. And let me not be in disgrace, and that is la tuhzini, on the day when men, in brackets, will be raised up. Without the brackets, it reads, when will it be raised up? It doesn't make sense. So let me not be in disgrace on the day when men will be raised up. We go to the next sign, which is 88, with a note. Yoma la yanfi'u ma'lun wala yanuna. The day wherein neither wealth nor sons will avail. It's not Yanuna, it's Banuna. Yoma Banuna. It can be Yanuna. Sorry, I didn't, my side can fail me. I didn't see a dot there. Wala yanfu. Wala yanfu ma'lan. Wala banuna. Wala yanfu ma'lun. Wala yanfu ma'lun. Wala banuna. The day when neither wealth nor sons will avail. It's in this world that we boast of money and children. In the hereafter, they have no use. Mm. And there's note 3180. 3180. Now we have a vision of the day of judgment. Full stop. Nothing will then avail except a pure heart. Semicolon. All sorts of the so-called good deeds of the world, good deeds is in brackets, of the world without the motive of purity will be useless. Full stop. The contrast of the garden of bliss with the fire of misery will be plainly visible. Full stop. Evil will be shown in its true colors, comma, and dash. Isolated, comma, helpless, comma, cursing and despairing, semicolon. And all chances will then have been lost. You have no chance then. All your chances are on this earth. Mhm. And that is note 3180 to sign 88. Let's go to sign 89. Illa man ata Allah bikalbi salimin. Illa man ata Allah bikalbi salim. But only he that brings to God a sound heart. After dying, we have to take sound heart to God. Mm. The sound heart remains here. When you die, you take it to God. Mm. We have brackets there, but only he, into brackets, will prosper. Only he will prosper. That brings to God a sound heart. Sign 90. Mm. Sign 90. وأسلفت وأسلفت الجنة للمتقين. To the righteous al-mutakin, you see, it's turned the other way around in English. Mm? To the righteous al-mutakin, the garden will be brought near. Mm? Uslifat will be brought near. Uslifat will be brought near. Mm? Note 3181. 3181. The good will only see good, into brackets, the garden of bliss, and the evil will only see evil, into brackets, the fire of hell. Full stop. The type of this contrast is shown to us in the world of our spiritual sense, even in this life. Of course, in this life, you see that good begets good and evil begets evil. Mm. And that's no 3181 to sign 90. Let's go to the next sign, which is sign 91. Mm. وبرزت وبرزت الجحيم للغاوين. No, it's not برزت. وبرزت الجحيم وبرزت الجحيم للغاوين. And to those straying in evil. So you see here again the interpretation. The last part comes first. Mm. And to those staying evil, the Gawina. Those and to those straying in evil, and that's the Gawina. And those straying in evil, the fire will be placed in full view. The fire will be placed in full view, and that is Burzatin al-Jahima, fire al-Jahima, fire. Burzati will be placed in view. Let's go to the next sign, 92. وَقِيلَ لَهُمْ أَيْنَ مَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْبُدُونَ. They will now be asked, where are those that you used to worship? And it shall be said to them, where are the gods ye worshipped? The gods is in brackets. Where are, it doesn't make sense without the brackets. So where are the gods? The gods in brackets ye worship. Aina wakila lahum aina ma kuntum ta'buduna. Next sign, which is 93. Oh, no, it continues. That you worship min dunillahi. Two verses put together. I think we should read them together. Wakila lahum aina ma kuntum ta'buduna min dunillahi. Hal yansurunakum aw yantasiruna. Aw yansurunakum aw yantasiruna. So two verses together again, two signs together again. And it is said to them, and it shall be said to them, where are the gods ye worship besides God? The next verse is besides God. Can they help you or help themselves? Hal yansurunakum aw aw hal yansurunakum aw yantasuruna. Yansurunakum, do they help you or can they help themselves? Yantasuruna. Let's go to the next sign, which is 94. فكب كبونا فيها فكب كبونا فيها هم والغاوين. Then they will be thrown headlong. Thrown headlong is kub kibuna. Kub kibuna. Kub kibuna, thrown headlong. Fakub kibuna fiha. Then they will be thrown headlong in the fire. Fire is in brackets because it's not there in the, it is in it. They will be thrown headlong in it. Well ga una. Fakub kibuna fiha wal ga una. They will throw headlong into the fire. They and those straying in evil. They and those straying in evil. Those straying in evil is al-ga-una. Al-ga-una. Sign 383, sign 31, note 3182, note, not sign. The sign is what we just read, 94. Now we're going to the note, which is 3182. And it is against Gauna. The false gods, being devils or personified false fancies, will be involved in the punishment of hell, together with their worshippers. And the intimate sources of evil, the hosts of Iblis or Satan, the host of Iblis or of Satan. Let's take note of this. The false gods, and the false gods, it says, being devils or personified false fancies. So not something that is object alone is a false god. Fancies, personified false fancies. Fancies that have been personified. Okay. And the ultimate sources of evil, the host of Iblis or Satan. That's where we ended. And that's note 3182 to sign 94. Let's go to sign 95. And the host. Wajunudi Iblisa Ajma'in. I think the note to it came before even the sign. So the note to it is what we read. We read personified false fancies. And the whole host of Iblis together. Wajunudi Iblisa ajma'una. وجنود إبليس أجمعون. And the whole host of Iblis together, of Satan together. Let's go to the next sign, which is 96. Kalu وهم فيها يختصمون. Kalu وهم فيها يختصمون. They will say there in their mutual bickerings. They will say there in their mutual bickerings. Bickerings. يختصمون. وقالوا وهم فيها يختصمون. They will say in their mutual victories. Then bickerings. We'll go to 97. Ta'allah. Ta'allahi. Sorry, they will say Ta'allahi. Ta'allahi. In kuntum lafi dalalin mubin. Ta'allahi. In kuntum lafi dalalin mubin. In their mutual bickerings, they will say, by God, Ta'allahi, by God, we were truly in an error manifest. Ta'allahi. In kunna lafi dalalin mubin. In kunna fi dalalin mubin. They will say, by God, we were truly in an error manifest. There's a note to read, 3183. Error manifest in italics and then semicolon to be explained. Our error is now plainly manifest. In this world, it's not. But it should have been manifest to us before it was too late. Okay, because the signs of God were always around us. Full stop. This will be said by the ungodly, whose eyes will then be fully opened. So the ungodly, the evil ones, they themselves will be saying this to themselves or to God and to themselves. They will not tell the truth concerning themselves on the day of judgment. And that's note 3183 to sign 97. Let's go to sign 98 without a note, I suppose. 98 without a note. 99 has. 99. Is nusawikum birabil alamin. Is nusawikum. Is nusawikum birabil alamin. When we held you as equals with the Lord of the worlds, the worshippers will now be telling the worships. The worshippers will now be telling the worshipped. Is nasawikum birabi alamin. When we held you as equals with the Lord of the worlds. Semicolon. Let's go to sign 99 with a note. Sign 99. وما أدلنا إلا المجرمون sorry وما أدلنا إلا المجرمون. And our seducers were only those who were steeped in guilt. Al-mujrimun. Those who were steeped in guilt. Al-mujrimun. Let's go to the next. It has a note 3184. 3184. They now see that the people who seduced them were themselves evil and subject to the penalties of evil, and their seductions were frauds. Full stop. They feel that they ought to have seen it before. They only fail to see it, not that they should have seen it. They fail to see it. They feel that they ought to have seen it before. Full stop. For who would deliberately follow the paths of those condemned to misery and punishment. Nobody will. It's a question mark anyway. How simple they were not to see the true character of their seducers. That's what I'm saying. They did see, they just ignored them. Of their seducers, though they had been warned again and again against them. Yes, they failed to see it because they were warned against them. All the messengers came one and one and one and one and one. Nazir, Nazir, Nazir. One against them. Semicolon. It was their own folly that made them accept such obviously false guidance. That was out of their own folly. And that's note 3184 to sign 99. Let's go to sign 100. فما لنا من الشافئين فما لنا من الشافئين. They are now lamenting. Now then, we have none to intercede, into brackets, for us. Now we have none to intercede for us. Let's go to Psalm 101. Wala sadiqin hamimin. Wala sadiqin hamimin. Nor a single intimate friend. Hamimin, intimate. So now there's nobody to intercede for them, and they don't have any intimate friend either. Intimate friendship is gone. We only have intimate friendship in this world. In the hereafter, there is none. And there is no helper either. Let's go to sign 102. فلو أنا لنا كرة فنكون من المؤمنين. Oh, it's too late. They are now saying, now, if we only had a chance to return, we shall truly be those who believe. People say medicine after death. You won't get that chance, man. You're not going to get that chance. All right. And we have a note to read, 3185. 3185 is here. This apparent longing for a chance to return is dishonest. Is dishonest, full stop. If they were sent back, they would certainly return to their evil ways. Of course, this interpretation is even there in the Quran somewhere. We've gone past it. That God said, if they are sent back, they will go back to their own way of life, to their evil ways. Semicolon. Even it's mentioned there. Then we are asked to refer to chapter 6, signs 27 to 28. VI 27 to 28. Full stop. Besides, they have had numerous chances already in this life, and they have used them for mischief or evil. So the chances are there for us, and we see the chances manifestly, but we choose evil. And that's note 3185 to sign 102. Let's go straight to sign 103 and then 105 without any notes. 103 first. إن في ذلك لآيات وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين. وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين. Verily, and this is a sign. إن في ذلك لآيات. Verily, and this is a sign. But most of them do not believe. وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين. وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين. But most of them do not believe. Let's go to the next sign, equally with that note. وإن ربكم لهم وإن ربكم لهو عزيز رحيم. وإن ربكم لهو عزيز رحيم. And verily, thy Lord is He, the exalted in might, most merciful. Another beautiful ending to a section in the Quran, or to a sign in the Quran. And that's it for section 5. When we come back in the next video, God willing, we shall go straight to section 6, which begins with sign 105. So let's expect it. Let's wait for that. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Au revoir. May God be with you all.